All right, this is the new. What are you gonna call this? Like the Hackerbox Show revisited?
We could call this the Hackerbox Show, but three people instead. No.
Yeah. So Michael's not here right now, so let's. We have this theory that Michael is actually trying to get another job, and we have a photo of this. Yeah, it's K-pop. Are you guys familiar with that? Yeah.
But if he joined BTS,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can see
Yeah.
he doesn't quite fit in.
Well, I mean, we got at least part of that. So I think he's totally unaware of this. Michael, do you have anything to say about that? You know, your secret K-pop
17.
career?
Oh no, I don't know. What?
Maybe we can share a photo for you. You're not one of those guys that like talks to their dog on the phone. Like your wife calls and like, I'm gonna put the dog on the phone. You'd be like, sit,
I
sit.
can neither confirm nor deny that this happened.
I see a lot of like young couples that don't have kids yet. They just treat their dog like they're walking it in the baby stroller, and you're like, oh, you have a newborn? Like, no, it's just a dog.
Your dog can walk, you know that, right?
Yeah, but apparently
It loves
not-
walking.
It's not.
My kids, we saw one of those the other night. We went for a family walk, and there was, a lady pushing a stroller, and my son goes, "Hi, hi, I want to say hi to the baby," and we like pull up, and it's just a little rat dog
pit bull.
in the stroller. Freaked my son out. He didn't understand.
All right, so I wanted to get today's show started talking about giant trophies. So this, believe it or not, is fifth place. Fifth place.
What?
Hold on, I have to like
Fifth
scroll
place, you
back.
have to
I'll turn
rent
it
a U-Haul
sideways.
to get it home.
Yeah.
So the Hackingtons 500, every year we have it. Any of the students that want to come, they come. And we eat pizza and we build video games for about 3 hours. And I'm going to be posting the date because I just can't remember. Does anybody remember the date that I chose for it? It's in October.
It's
October 7th.
and then put it over my mouth.
Edit that in later. Yeah. So that's only once a year, but maybe we'll do it twice if people want that. But we called it the Hackingtons 500 because, well, why did we call it? Oh, yeah, we gave out $500, but
Oh.
we kind of
We used to
realized
make
that
kids
that was
run
too
500
much.
laps. I know.
'Cause remember, like the kid that won the $500, he's like, "What do I do with $500?"
Yeah.
It's like
I'm the
you might
richest
as well
kid in
give a
school.
Lamborghini to somebody who can't drive. It's like,
Hey, I wouldn't mind doing that. I think if we gave out a Lamborghini, you'd see me disguised as a little kid. Trying to win it.
but you owe
My
the
name's
taxes on it. You owe the
Little
taxes on
Mikey.
Lamborghini. So the pins, you get the pins when you finish a ranking. We call them belts, which is kind of stupid. Whose idea was that?
I was neither there or not there.
When Hackingtons first started, we didn't have these pins. We just built projects, and everybody loved that. But then people kept asking, what's next? What's next? So we're like, okay, belts, karate belts. But the thing that I don't like is that everybody gets like these handful of pins. Like some of the students come in and they're like, "Can you give me the white belt and the yellow belt and the red belt?" And I do like,
Yeah.
and then you give them like this handful and they put it in their pocket.
Or their mouth, and you're like, no, no, no.
My favorite is when they put it on their shirt and then they fall over
Yeah.
from the
The
weight.
shirt's like just pulling down.
Yeah.
I always, for the new trial students, I'm like, hold on, let me just pin it to your eye.
Yeah.
But you can buy these cases on this crazy website called Amazon. Nobody's
it.
heard of it. It's like a secret thing that I do.
You
And
say
anyways,
Temu? No.
it's called like a pin case or something. And then just go in here.
I have one here somewhere.
You just stick it in, and just about none of the students do this. Maybe we'll put a link like to Amazon and buy this. I think it's like $20. That way you can take it everywhere. Job interviews.
Yeah. Where's your qualifications? You just set down this giant shadow box of all the
what
pins.
do you think?
Yeah. And so that kind of evolved that, like I got all the pins. Now what do I get next? And then we had the Diamond Award. This one has a price tag on it. $999. I was trying to sell it.
Yeah. That makes sense
For
to
those
me.
like really lazy parents.
That's real diamond.
I can
Yeah.
just buy the Diamond Award. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've given
Pay to
out a
win.
lot of these, but we're always adding lessons. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
How long does
well,
it
the
take to
Diamond
get-
Award, Diamond Award is not every single. Is it every single belt, a black belt, or is it what? What do you consider a diamond award?
It just depends on the age. Like if
Right.
the student starts when they're 8, they should finish Scratch.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But I have told kids, you don't have to do Scratch, or sometimes you don't have to do Unity. If their computer literally can't handle Unity, but they have crushed everything else and they've gotten black belts and everything, if they did 4, that's kind of my criteria, is 4 black belts. Because
We're
that gives a
gonna
little
make them
wiggle
do
room.
video game program. Like
Yeah, buy a
I just-
computer.
there's
Yeah.
some kids that don't dig
Also,
it.
yeah,
Like,
that's not a type of coding you may want to do. Yeah.
I personally don't care about Unity as much as I love Scratch.
Yeah.
Should we make a completionist award
There-
for somebody who has earned every badge, every black belt, completed all of Construct, all of Game Division? They've done everything. They have completed
So
Hackingtons 100%.
this is not an official thing, but Max S2 is already going for that.
Oh, really?
Completionist.
He is working through every single badge, which we'll
How
talk
do you
about.
spell completionist?
Hey,
Is that a word?
yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
There's a whole YouTube channel.
Yeah,
He's called The Completionist.
the completionist. Yeah, he's a video game perfecter. He does every achievement in a video game.
Oh,
Gets 100%.
I wasn't
Yeah.
aware of that.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. There is a belt called, a badge called a purple belt completionist on the badge page, because our Python purple belt has like 7 projects that you can pick from. Most kids only do 2 or 3 because there's options there. But if you want to do all of them, you can get the purple Python completionist. Not completely alliterative, but it does earn you 100 XP, which is a pretty good chunk of XP because that's a big one. You got to do a lot of projects.
So tell me about the other badges, because I know some of the kids aren't aware of every badge, and they also maybe not have a great idea of how
Yeah.
to earn each one.
Well,
Okay.
wait, hold on. We kind of jumped real quick because we were talking about belts, those pins,
Yeah.
the awards.
That's
But
different than
now
badges.
We have badges.
Yes. So think of badges like achievements. Belts, or the pins that we're talking about, those are related to sort of your progress through Hackingtons, right? You're a yellow belt going for your orange belt. Everyone does that. And everyone kind of, if you're at Hackingtons, you're doing it. You're part of that system. The badge system is separate from that. And it is related to actually a lot of different things. And it's sort of an opt-in thing. If you want to go for these badges, you go for them. So a good example of them, and my favorite one, is the participation badge called webcam on. That means you got to have your webcam on if you're online. Now, if you're in person and you have your webcam on,
When
we
did
don't
the
like that.
webcam thing just suddenly not be cool? Like when was there like a moment in time where the kids were like, "Hey, webcam."
Day
You know,
4 of the pandemic.
Day 4.
Yeah, I mean, like early on, there was an energy when the pandemic hit. When we went online, there was a bit of an energy for having your webcam on. But I think over time, us teachers, we love our webcams on because we're here talking. We're always talking, always talking. You need to see our face. You need to see our lips moving and all that stuff.
And you've
But if
got to
you're
see
just-
the costumes that Michael dresses up in. for
or
his
see the
online
costumes that I'm in. Yeah.
Well,
But
that's
if you're
why
just
I
sitting
assume-
here, yeah, it's I get it in a way where you're like, well, I don't want someone just staring at my face for an hour while I'm like, this is what
Well,
I look like.
I assume this. I assume on day 1 of COVID, everybody's like, we're going to be normal. We're going to wear just normal clothes. We're going to comb
Yeah.
our hair. And then like on day 2, they're like, oh, I forgot to put my pants on.
Yep.
Nobody
Yeah.
noticed.
Yep.
And then on day 3, they're like, well, I forgot to change my shirt. And there's like a toothpaste stain.
Yeah.
And then by day 4, it's like, well, I didn't cut my hair for a couple. And
Yeah.
So I was thinking it was like a progression. Like,
Or yeah, I've had one kid was like in bed. I'm like, is that a pillow behind your head? He's like, yeah. He's just like, in bed.
I think the straw that broke the camel's back on the webcams was there was just too many dads in the background in their
Yeah.
underwear.
Yeah.
Because they're also working from home, just walking through the background.
that's not
Yeah.
good. Is there a badge for that? Like
Dad behind
parents
you.
walking behind you
tighty-whitey
inappropriately
badge.
dressed. So that's one of the badge. It's
Yes,
like,
webcam
I
is like-
turn on the webcam.
That's the most common one because
Look at me.
Yeah, I give that one out every day, many times a day, because I go, okay, I just at the end of the day, end of the class, I always say for a majority of class, you can't just like flash your like face, like, see, I'm here, and then get a webcam on. You have to have it on. But that kind of falls under the realm of what I call participation badges. So this relates to just being in class. So that one is only online because webcams. But there's 3 more right now. I'm always adding more as I kind of think of them, or students even give me ideas
The
for them or other
messy room
teachers.
badge.
No, not that. That would be the clean up your room badge.
Yeah.
Mom approved. But no, then there's the helping hand badge. So if you're just in class and you have an answer to something and you're like, hey, I can help with that, and take a load off the teacher's back a little bit, you can get the helping hand badge, earn some XP that way. Mission complete. If your teacher gives you a specific mission to complete that day, and you do it, and at the end of the day, like, look, you told me I wanted this done, and it's done. Mission complete. You get that badge. So that's a cool one. And another big one is the sharing is caring badge. So if you're at the end of
Sharing is
class,
caring.
you got to show off your project, and you can get a badge just for sharing your project to the whole class.
The most twisted theory ever.
What, sharing is caring?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
care
it
about
only
me, Matt?
works. Yeah,
Give me
yeah.
$100 million. No, you don't care.
Is that all you want?
Yeah. But then there's some other categories of badges. Winner circle just kind of relates to winning something. So competition winner, you get featured on the best of. So it's not just like winning like a big prize or something, but it's more like you accomplish this one specific thing. The Diamond Award falls into that. So there's an online Diamond Award too. And when we say online, this can apply to every student.
I give out the helping hand.
Right.
Like, I teach in person. I give out that helping hand badge constantly.
Yeah. These aren't online only things. They go to their account on hackingtons.io. And then there's the ambassador one, which I just added a couple days ago. The ambassador. So
that thing's cool.
Yeah. So when you're an ambassador for Hackingtons, this means you're kind of someone who we think represents Hackingtons very well, and we want to put their name on our wall. But along with that, we also give them the badge, so every kid knows that they're an ambassador.
That's actually something we should talk about. Is that this new ambassador award, and they get a couple different things for it. They get their name on a plaque. They get to carry the carrying card, the ambassador card,
which are cool. Those things are.
They're not even cards. They're like tungsten or something. What are they made of? They're like dense metallic
stainless steel,
like Ninja Star things.
Yeah. Well, it's the first award you can get without having like specific criteria. Like you just have to be an awesome student.
Yep.
And we'll give you the ambassador award. So
do we have any
like 8-year-old? I think that has one.
Right. So there's no specific criteria.
Well,
you kind of have to be maybe a black belt or two.
I'd be like, I came to class today and I turned the webcam on.
I think what you're saying, right? It's like there's no a student can't just come to you and be like, I want the ambassador award. What do I do? We kind of don't have an answer. It's like just be involved, be in it.
They have a profile, right? So that's what we base it off of. So you have a profile. If you have like 6 projects in the profile, so it looks like, hey, wow, I'm a real well-rounded programmer, and it looks
different categories,
really professional.
Yeah,
and then they have a gold star award, at least one.
Oh, at least one. Okay.
Minimum. Yeah, so that's what we're looking for with the ambassador program, and right now it's kind of funny because the plaques are hanging in the locations, but there's only like a couple names, or in Steven's case, there's just like one name.
Yeah.
So we've got
Which
names
is Steven.
coming.
No.
Just, come on, kids, get that ambassador award.
Yeah, but ambassador is cool, and it's going to have ambassadors are going to have a little bit of a bigger role in something coming out pretty soon to Hackingtons with our teams and stuff. So that's another utility of being an ambassador.
Now we have like a sneak preview of like what Teams is all about, because Teams is a big deal, and like this is kind of adds on. We have all these awards, so everybody can feel like they accomplished. Well, they do accomplish, but now we're going to put you on Teams.
Yeah. So here we'll do this. I want to talk about the other categories real quick of the badges, just like tell what the categories are, because I think a good understanding of the badges is going to also give insight into the teams as well, because there is a role for badges when it comes to teams. So real quick, there is the language prowess category of badges, and this is where it kind of just relates to specific language. So for one example, boss fight. If you had a boss fight in your game, you get the boss fight badge. That could be Scratch or Unity. Probably not HTML. I don't know how you can do a boss fight in a website, but I'm not saying it's impossible. Hey, that'd be cool. Then there's like the just for fun badges. I didn't know how to categorize them. They're kind of just there. They're kind of silly. They're kind of random. So one is if you find a bug on the website, let us know. Yeah. You get a Bugs Life badge. I've given that out a few times, and it's nice because we get some labor there for testing. And then we have Project Challenge. This one is very specific to either a belt or a project. So, for example, one of my favorite ones, because it's the most fun, is the Hackingtons Teachers React badge. It only earns 5 XP, but if you make the reaction timer in JavaScript, which is in our yellow belt, I believe, then you can challenge. So you have to make it, and then you can challenge a teacher to their reaction time. And if you beat them in reaction time, you can get the badge. But you can only challenge a teacher once. And no one's beat me yet. Someone has beat, I think, Teacher Chase and a couple other teachers, but I want to go on record. No one's beaten me yet. I am the God gamer here.
God is.
Yeah. So if you ever heard of that, that's me. Yep.
Ego is everything.
Yeah. Yep. And then the last kind of category is automatic. These are just automatically assigned. A teacher doesn't hand these out. They're built into the system. And they give out XP. For example, the 1 month login streak. If you sign in for a month straight, you get a 1 month login badge, just to let people know that you're addicted to Hackingtons and you can't leave.
You shouldn't use the word addicted. Like, that's like really the wrong word.
If you're addicted to one thing,
I have
it should
the
be learning.
addiction badge because I'm addicted.
Right. But so how does the badge relate to teams, and what is teams? So soon, kids are going to be separated into 4 houses that we're calling teams.
Oh, there's only 4.
Like, yes, there's only 4. Like Harry Potter, right? So if you've ever seen Harry Potter, you got Gryffindor, you got Hufflepuff, Slytherin,
but we're not having
Ravenclaw.
Hufflepuff. I don't want.
There is no Hufflepuff. There is, but hey, Hufflepuff's fine. My sister's a Hufflepuff. She's the nicest person I know.
That's a weird thing to call somebody.
Hufflepuff? Yeah. Hey,
I guess I'm just not very like.
There's some very important characters in Harry Potter that are Hufflepuff. Let's just say they're not all Gryffindor, and not everyone in Slytherin's evil. But okay, so they're not going to be separated by like how evil they are, right? They are going to be sort of separated based on I think it's a 10-question kind of questionnaire survey thing, and they just answer about themselves. That's it. Just sometimes random questions like, do you prefer dogs, cats, neither, or both? Right? Just like, what would you prefer? That type of thing. And after all these questions are answered, the algorithm that I came up with, which is so complex, it would blow your mind. It separates and tells you what team you landed on, and that's the team that you're going to be on. And now you and every other team member are going to be competing every about 3 months. We're going to call them like seasons. And you're going to be competing to earn the most XP. And the teams that race to the top.
I have a suggestion for
What?
choosing teams.
Okay.
There should be 2 types of people. Those that think Tootsie Rolls are a great candy.
Okay.
And those that
normal
don't.
people.
Yeah. If I see another white belt HTML project where a student believes that Tootsie Rolls or Tootsie Pops are like their top
The
3
best.
candies.
I don't believe it.
I usually just I'm like, can you just stand up for a moment? Hey, like walk this way, and then I'll just close the door.
Yeah.
Be like, you don't deserve.
Go to Code Ninjas. Yeah. Hey, I'll eat it. If you put a Tootsie Roll in my mouth, I'll chew it.
This is like the same person that like picks up some gum on the floor and be like, there's still some flavor left.
Yeah. Urban forest. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Urban
Someone asked me like, how do I get a gold star award? Yeah. And I was like, well, don't make a project that looks just like ours.
Right.
That's it.
That's
like,
kind of it. Just be creative.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if you're creative and you're happy with it, a lot of times it is a gold star. Just go, past it. Now, it's kind of hard to get a gold star on a white belt, right? I have kids ask that to like a white or yellow belt.
They happen. Like in Python,
But it can
I've
happen.
seen it a couple times.
Yeah. You just kind of have to, in those cases, make the projects just longer, bigger, and again, creative. Like
the only one that like it backfires on is the would you rather page where you like would you rather because it's always inappropriate. It's like would you rather be this person or this person, and you're like, well, that's not very nice.
Yeah. Steven or
and then
Matt,
they're always like morbid, like would you rather die of burning to death or freezing to death? And then you're just like, wow,
I don't care.
Yeah. Honestly, freezing is much.
Yeah. One of the things that the students always ask about gold stars, like how do I get one? How do I go above and beyond? Ask your teacher. have an idea and ask them, hey, how would I do this? And they're there to help you and to instruct you. That's why they're there. So I just recently gave out a gold star to a yellow belt project because they added links. They added a little bit of JavaScript because they just had an idea that they wanted to add to their site. They hadn't finished the belt yet, but us teachers were able to just like walk them through it and help them with their project.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do that a lot. Yeah.
So we kind of jumped around, but jumping back to the teams, is it just going to be like, I'm an HTMLer, you're a Pythoner, and we hate each other?
No, it's mixed. The teams are agnostic of language, meaning it doesn't matter. You can be working on Scratch, Unity, you could love web development, you could be on any team. The teams are kind of sorted by generally like the personality type a little bit. But not super like precisely. So you will be on a team most likely with a bunch of people that you'll probably get along with because you're generally into the same things. So that's kind of why I wanted to do it that way instead of just a random assortment. I don't think that's that fun, right? Because now you're on a team with someone exactly opposite of you, and then now you're nemesis, so you have to work with your nemesis. You know,
like the antisocial club hot dog meeting, like barbecue. Like, let's all go to the club for the antisocial people.
It's just the quietest. Yeah, no one came. Why? So it's sorted just by that. Just kind of a little bit with randomness, but also you're gonna be around people, students like you. So I'm thinking you'll have more fun that way. And with these teams, like I said, your XP is going to be added into your sort of team pool of XP. There's going to be ways to modify that and get bonus XP. Winning competitions will just earn team XP, like only. So let's say we have a competition and 10 people joined, like two to three from each team. The winners of the competition will like earn points towards their team, and just whatever team wins the most points, they win the entire competition.
And then at the end of the year, we just do a big tug of war.
Yeah, we get every student. That's the end of the 500. Is everybody just on a rope?
Yeah, the four-way tug of war.
Four-way tug of war is
fun. Really good.
Yeah,
a really good idea.
Yeah,
let's do. You know what? I mean, that's really when I hear teams, I'm like, oh, we've got to get the kids together. We've got to like rent a park.
Well. Yeah, I think
this
can definitely factor into our like Hackingtons 500, or if we do another kind of larger event. Yeah. I want every competition to kind of be related to the teams. So they're still individual events, but there's also a team aspect to it because they're all like also adding points to that. But I think we can have like team competitions, like just kind of teams and do it that way too. So more of that's to come.
Well, can we have an event that's so cool that our students, we have some students like in Singapore and England.
Yeah.
It's like such a cool event that they're like, we're going. We have to go to this event,
Yeah, I think it would have to be in like Disneyland or something.
Steven, can you make that happen?
No, I've never been to Disneyland. I'm a little scared of it.
Steven has a blurred background, but like,
Steven, what is that Mickey Mouse down?
If you were able to see it, I'm pretty sure everything on Steven's memorabilia wall. I can't say it.
You have Baby Yoda, Mjolnir, Mickey.
Everything on there is owned as a Disney property on both sides, except for that one book right there. That is Mario.
Oh,
it's the art of Mario.
Let us never speak of it.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, and Michael just wants that kind of godly aura, right? He's like, do I look like an angel yet with my lighting?
That's my purple background. Yeah.
When he shops for shirts, it's like purple, purple, purple.
Purple, blue, purple, blue.
Yeah, well, I do have big news. Like, this is probably going to blow minds, but as you know, I'm a best-selling author.
I didn't know that. No.
And the publisher recently went bankrupt, probably due to my book. But they translated my book into Turkish.
Oh,
so
there we go.
I'm not only a big deal in America,
right?
I'm also huge in this country called Turkey, which I couldn't spot on a map, but I can tell you
it's pretty big. It's a big country.
I know where Turkey is in Europe. And I need to go there because just like Barnes & Noble's, when I walk in there, it's like a big event, I get my pen out and like, I'm here to sign autographs. And they're like, who?
You're gonna get off the plane in Turkey and be swarmed by people.
And anyways, I was super excited. I'm like, not only is my book selling, which you shouldn't buy it. Like, this is a big advertisement not to buy it. It's way too easy for any of our students. But,
yeah, right.
But now the kids of Turkey are going to be building clicker games. So, anyways, it's kind of exciting. So
That's awesome.
anything else on the list that we didn't point out here?
Talked about badges. Oh, well, I mean, like, I did mention it before, so if you were wondering, like, why teams, why badges, how do they relate? Badges, if you earn a badge, you'll win kind of boosts for your team. So badges are going to be more important than ever. They will earn team-wide boosts to your XP for your team. More details on that will come out when I've kind of fully written the code. But yeah, so badges are going to be very important to get. I imagine the second I tell every kid that, I'll see everyone's face on webcams online. Because, again, that's the easiest one to get. Also, gold stars will earn you special boosts to your team as well. So gold stars are going to be one of the best things for helping your team win.
I think it's funny that we motivate the kids with trophies and badges and pins and everything. But the real payoff is like, well, someday you'll get a job and you'll make, $200,000. It's like, but you got that pin. And I always think back in like when I was in 7th grade and what
was 1948. What year was that?
I had a 286 PC, so I could do some basic games. But
I don't know what that is. I'm a millennial.
A 286? Then the
286 is that the 286th computer?
The funny part is the computers were still expensive back then. I mean, really expensive compared to now. So, anyways, what I thought was important when I was in 7th grade is I really wanted to play the clarinet because I was playing the trumpet, and the trumpet was really painful because I had braces on. Can you imagine that? It was a nightmare. It's like, why did I choose the trumpet
metal on metal
and then get braces? And the orthodontist was just like, are you an idiot?
Another trumpet player.
It's like playing frisbee with like throwing knives. So anyways, the clarinet guys, they seem to like not have pain in their mouth. So I was always really, really like jealous. And I was just like, one of these days I'm going to get a clarinet and I'm going to play it. And looking back as a career move, the clarinet was probably not the best choice.
For a career.
Like, when was the last time you heard clarinet?
I always hear this, though, that, I have students, too, they'll say, like, I play this instrument, but, blah, blah, I don't really like it or whatever. I'm like, I never played an instrument. I tried playing guitar for, like, a month, and then my house got broken into, and they stole my guitar. So I stopped that.
They went straight for the guitar.
They went right for
I tell my parents that all the time.
My children's Fender Strat, And but I gave it up. I gave up my career as a rock star at then.
Yeah.
But I always wish that I did play. So it's like everyone who goes really deep into music sometimes like, I don't know if I wish I did this, but everyone who doesn't is like, I wish I did an instrument. So I don't know. I think if you're playing an instrument, you should just be happy that you're talented at that.
I'm totally for music, but back then it was like,
you right?
You got to learn the clarinet because then you can put it on your college resume.
Oh, sure.
Like, they're a very well-rounded person who plays the clarinet. But nowadays the I'm going to say 7th graders, they're building applications.
Yeah, they're building websites.
Like, wow. Like, I wonder what they're going to look back when they're in like their 40s and be like, man, I should have been doing clarinet.
Right, because if you're going into a math field or going into computer science or even anything sciencey for college, like that's going to go really far. Oh, you built an app, or you built multiple websites for businesses in your area. That shows initiative and that shows a level of skill.
Well, now they're like, well, I shouldn't learn anything because of ChatGPT. But
right. Yeah.
I tried to like write something simple. I'm like, write the directions to a Hackingtons location, and like ChatGPT's like, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. I'm
drive into the river,
right? And I have to think like, write it in the style of the Bible, Corinthians. Like you have to think of like what to tell ChatGPT. It's like almost like an art form.
Yeah, that's, I mean, prompt, what do you call that?
Prompt engineering.
Engineering. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a whole thing. If you have to, it's, garbage in, garbage out. If you don't know how to ask the question, you're gonna get the wrong thing.
Just
So,
write it like I would write it.
yeah, just
Yeah.
do it.
Chat GPT.
Yeah, I use ChatGPT pretty much daily. Occasionally, I miss a day, but I use it kind of just to see, like, just give me a quick little example of how this kind of thing would work, and I'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
I
just
see
to
Michael-
pull the
Michael's
parts
like,
out of it.
How do I tell my wife that I just ruined dinner? Chat GPT.
How to unburn chicken. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I do that all the time. I'm like, Chat GPT, all I have is a pound of sugar, some vinegar, and
Yeah.
a chicken leg. What can I do?
And that's actually a really good use of it. Yeah. Yeah. I did that. I did that for, I was like, come up with a soy-free, gluten-free, like, curry recipe, because my wife has allergies to that. And it gave me one. I was like, sweet. So I was at the store, just pulled those things off the shelf. So it was very useful. And I don't know, I would have had to sit through an article, click on an article online. And then
A
it's
blog
like,
post.
when I was a kid, we used to eat curry all day. And boy, oh boy. And you're like, okay, scroll, ad, scroll, add. Oh, no, I clicked on the ad. No, now
if
I
you
lost
used-
my spot. Now I have to go back.
What if you use TikTok? Because all the kids are on TikTok. What if you use TikTok to actually look up instructions to do something?
You'll
It'll
get
someone
a
dancing.
lot of the same instructions over and over and over again, but
Yeah.
never any diversity. Because the
Yeah.
TikTok algorithm is really good at giving you the same thing that you watched, just again with a different person doing it.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
if you looked up chocolate chip cookie recipe on TikTok, you'll see the same chocolate chip cookie recipe being baked by different people.
You'll
But you're
also
not necessarily going to get a good recipe.
You'll also hear the recipe and like that. Here's how I made cookies with chocolate chips. It's like that a TikTok voice that everyone hates.
Yeah.
Here's how to do this. It's like an AI voice. It's not a real person speaking. Every time I scroll to a video, I don't have TikTok, but if it's on Instagram or whatever, and I hear that voice, I just scroll right past it. I don't care what it is. It
I
could
know.
be
I know the voice you're talking. It's a
Yeah.
woman's voice.
It's a woman's voice. I don't know where it came from, but it's the most used voice on any
There's
video ever.
probably some lady that's her voice, and
Yeah.
they sampled it, and now she's out of work, and she sits on
Right.
the couch, and all
She
she
probably
does is hear her
wasn't paid
voice
for it.
all
Yeah.
day, and she's like, "That was my voice."
Yeah. Imagine
Yeah.
your voice being the TikTok voice.
I never forgot. I was living in Tokyo, and they put out this flyer, and they're like, "We need foreigners to come to this electronic company, whatever." I don't know. This was a long time ago, so there wasn't much internet stuff going on, and I went down to this company, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna pay you $100 to talk for 1 hour," and I'm like, "Done." And so they're like, they gave me this thing of lists the, them, these, those. So I always assumed that my voice is somewhere in Asia.
Yeah.
my mother-in-law is the voice for Consolidated Communications. If you call
Oh, the
an
internet?
automated hotline
Okay.
and you're in the Roseville area, it is her voice that you hear. And she recorded that when she was 23.
Oh wow.
She is not 23 anymore. Her daughter is older than 23.
See,
But
kids,
it's that same.
there's opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voice acting.
Sell your voice. No, Matt, you're gonna get this nice fancy smart fridge one day, and you'll turn it on. And it's gonna be like a Yamaha or something. I don't know who makes fridges, and you'll click it and you'll be like,
Yeah, it's gonna be don't put that back, Steve.
yeah. You're grabbing cheese again.
I'm gonna do this Hackingtons thing for a while, but all I want to do is invent a camera that just records every time you take snacks out of the snack drawer.
Uh-huh.
I'm rich. I'm
And then
like
tell- and
so
then tells the
rich.
wife.
And then at
Yeah.
night you just watch it, and you're like, and it's just like a picture of your hand just going in and getting, everything you buy at Costco. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like
You're
really
that was
another
expired,
Madeline.
and I didn't even care.
Yeah, you do that all the time in life. But anyways, that's what I want to show. I want to watch it every evening with my family and be like, look what we did. We're
Yeah.
terrible people.
In about a week, you'd be eating only lettuce.
Yeah, it'd be a super clip of.
A compilation.
Yeah, like a refrigerator that compliments you. Like, great choice.
Oh.
Great snack choice.
Ooh, yeah. And it's like, you sure about that? It's kind of sassy.
Are you really hungry or just bored?
Yeah.
No, yeah, another cheese. Sure. Yeah, go ahead. Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I think we tangented enough. So some of the things that are on the list for the show is we're going to talk about what's going to happen next summer because we're kind of fighting about it. Like, no, we want Roblox. No, we want Fortnite. No, we want
Rocket
robotics.
ships. Yeah.
Rocket ships.
We're
That's
going
what
to
I'm
partner
pushing
with
for.
SpaceX. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that out loud.
Yeah. No, they sold the X to Twitter. It's just space now.
There is a code school out there that says you can program a satellite.
Oh, yeah.
It's like going to Mars, but
Uh-huh.
so far that satellite doesn't exist. So
Yeah.
I
don't know what they
one
mean
of
by
these
that.
days, like,
Yeah.
can you imagine like an open source satellite? Like anybody can use it. Just pay
Yeah.
for your server time. Like,
Yeah.
hey, can I spy on my old girlfriend? Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they did not deliver what they promised on that one.
yeah. Well, I think the theme of this week, as in every week, is don't bring a giant 32-ounce Slurpee that's like overfilled and then set it on your computer like while you're typing in class. Don't do that.
This sounds
Please.
like personal experience.
Yeah. It's just like, how is this going to end?
Yeah, it's just a lot of condensation on the outside. Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Wait, this
best case
happened?
scenario, it falls over. Well, I always get the boba teas and the
Yeah.
Slurpees in class, and it's just like, I don't know, what kind of choice was that? It's like, I'm going to code school. Like,
Yeah.
let me grab the giant boba tea.
Hey, that's why I honestly used to show up to class when I taught in person with boba, so I'm not gonna say anything
But
bad.
did you
against
put it like right on your computer? Like,
I
Well,
just
that's
put it
what
on
he
a
used as
different-
his mouse.
Yeah, just move it around. I used to put it on students' heads. Yeah.
all
They
right.
just have liquid rolling
Well,
down.
I think that's all for the show. So we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
All right, see ya.